Hi, and welcome to Anne's Family Recipe. Today I'm going to show you how to make homemade bubble tea. My kids love bubble tea. So this is a drink that originated in Taiwan, and there's actually a ton of Asian restaurants in the Pittsburgh area where I live that serve it. So they've had it a lot, and it comes in so many different flavors. So I'm going to show you how to make it today. So basically this drink has three components. We've got steeped tea, and then these black tapioca pearls, which are our bubbles, and then a little bit of milk if you want to add that at the end. So I wanted to talk to you a little bit about these black tapioca pearls. Let me get one out here and show you. You know what they look like? What are those called? Cocoa Puffs? Is that right? Or like Reese's Pieces cereal? So they're these little balls of tapioca, and all you have to do is boil these for about 5 minutes. And they have kind of a gelatinous, squishy texture, which I think is why this drink is so appealing to my kids, because it's just kind of crazy and weird, but it's fun to drink. And then I bought them, I mentioned in my What I Got for Christmas video, which I'll link below, I bought them these really fun, colorful, wide smoothie straws so that they're big enough that you can drink these tapioca pearls up as you're drinking your bubble tea. So we're going to boil up the tapioca pearls, and also we're going to steep our tea over here. So I have about 4 cups of water because I'm making 4 servings, so 1 cup per person, and the water shouldn't be boiling hot, just pretty hot, and we're going to steep 4 bags of just black tea because that's what we have and that's what we like. This is decaf too. I like to do that for my kids and for myself. So I'm just going to steep the 4 bags, and you could use any kind you want. You could use like a green tea or some kind of flavored tea. That's what's really fun about this, and I'm sad that we're almost out of these tapioca pearls because I'm going to have to buy more. Like I said, I got these on Amazon, but we actually have an Asian grocery store near us, so I'll have to check it out because I bet they have them, and I bet they're even cheaper too. But you can experiment with all the flavors. So I can use any kind of tea I want and any kind of milk or sweetener just to kind of change up the flavors. So these 4 tea bags are going to steep for about 5 minutes, and in the meantime we're going to boil our black tapioca pearls. So I have a few cups of water here in my small saucepan that I've brought to a rolling boil, and the amount of water you use doesn't need to be exact, but it definitely has to cover all of these tapioca pearls. So I'm going to pour in, I have about 1 cup left in my bag here, so I'm just going to pour those in, and then these also take about 5 minutes to boil, so it's perfect timing with the tea steeping and then the tapioca boiling. And you want to make sure that it comes back to a boil here for a little bit, and then you can reduce the temperature. And now I'm just going to lower the heat a little bit, maybe to about a medium-low temperature, and just let them cook. So my tapioca pearls have boiled at a gentle heat for about 5 minutes, and you see they've risen to the top. If you want to, you can strain one of these out and run it under cold water to cool it off and just test it. It should still be a little bit chewy, but not hard in the middle at all. And then you can use a little spider strainer, if you have one, to remove them all from the water, or you could just strain them into a colander into the sink, and then we're going to sweeten them up. So for my sweetener today, I chose to use brown sugar, and I've made this before with a combination of brown sugar and honey. You could just use honey, which I think would pair really well if you used a green tea base, but you could also use regular sugar or kind of skip over this step of sweetening the actual tapioca pearls and maybe add some sweetened condensed milk at the end. That's really sweet and rich and creamy. I think that'd be awesome mixed in with your tea and your tapioca pearls. So again, I have my spider strainer here. I'm just going to scoop out the little bubbles. They're all jiggly now. It's really fun. And you can see it's so easy. All we've done is just boil these, and now we're just going to add them in with the sugar. And the heat from the tapioca pearls is going to melt the sugar, and it'll make kind of like a liquidy substance around them, so it'll act as the sweetener for our tea. And there's my last spoonful. I'm just going to stir that all together. And this sweetening step is totally to taste. So if you only wanted to add maybe a tablespoon or 2 of sugar, that is absolutely fine. Or if you find that this ratio isn't sweet enough, you can add a little bit more. Because remember, this is being divided up between at least 4 different drinks. So you're not getting all that sugar just in your own glass. The The last thing we need to do is assemble our bubble tea. So I have my black decaffeinated tea that has been steeping for about 5 minutes. I boiled my tapioca pearls and sweetened them up with about 1/4 cup of brown sugar, and now we're just gonna put it all together. I'm making 2 drinks for my kids in these small glasses, so they're each gonna get maybe about 2 spoonfuls of these little bubbles. Okay, and then we're gonna top that off maybe about, I would say about 2/3 of the way up the glass with our tea. And if you want to take the time to cool the tea off completely, that would make the drink a little less diluted, because I'm also going to add some ice cubes to kind of cool it down. So that's up to you depending on how much time you have. But it still tastes great even if the tea is a little bit warm, because the ice will help cool it down instantly. You can see I added a large handful of ice cubes to each glass. So now I'm going to carefully pour the tea. This does not pour very well, so don't mind if there's a mess. Okay, so we've got some tea there, and on this side, here we go. And then to top it off, I have some really fun milk choices today. For my son's bubble tea, I have some coconut milk, which is super creamy, and this is unsweetened, very thick. I actually bought some in a can, and it wasn't the light version, so you definitely want to shake it up to mix it all together before you open it up, and then only use a little bit because it's going to be really thick and creamy. But he loves that flavor of coconut, and so do I. That's how I'm going to make mine today. And then for my daughter, I thought it'd be fun to get some strawberry milk, so we're just going to top that off with a little bit of that. That is her favorite flavor to get when we go out to eat. If we ever buy this in a restaurant, she likes the strawberry bubble tea. Now I'm going to grab a spoon to mix it all up. And you can see in the bottom the little bubbles. That's why they call it bubble tea, because the tapioca pearls look like little bubbles. Ooh, it looks so creamy. I can't wait to try it. All right. And the other day, actually, when I made these, I wanted to mention too, your milk doesn't have to be flavored. I just used a little bit of whole milk, and just adding that little extra bit of creaminess makes them so delicious. But you don't have to add any milk. You could just keep it with the tea and the tapioca pearls. Of course, I have to give this a taste. And what I want you to do as I drink this is watch my straw. You're gonna see these bubbles. Do you see that? When have you ever had a chewy drink? It is the most unusual but awesome experience. It's so fun. Your kids are gonna love this, but I think you are too if you've never tried it. And as you just saw, it is so simple to make. And it's really creamy and coconutty, and actually not too sweet. I ended up giving both of my kids 1 extra spoonful of the tapioca pearls, and then I kind of divided up that brown sugar liquid between all 4 glasses, and it really is the perfect amount of sweetness. I love it. One other quick tip I have for you is that once you make your drink, you want to enjoy it right away, because these tapioca pearls are actually going to continue to expand a little bit as they absorb the liquid in the glass. And I found that, like, my kids let them sit, they went and played, and then they came back to their drinks, and the little bubbles were too big to go up the straw after that, and we had to eat them with a spoon. So just enjoy it right away. Thank you for joining me in my kitchen, and I'll see you again soon for another family recipe. For the full recipe, check the description box below, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thanks for joining me in my kitchen.